Well, it's a pleasure now to be joined here on GCR by the first-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. He is cornerback Nate Wiggins, Nate the Great, and he is with us here on GCR. Nate, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's great to chat with you, man. Thank you for taking the time for us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Yes,
Dude,
sir.
you're there this weekend. You're signing your contract. You got the uniform on. Did you have a moment? Were you able to just sit for a second and say, "I'm living my dream"? And what did that feel like?
Yeah, when I got back to the hotel, I just really just sat down, just took everything in for just like this my dream coming true. But I still got more goals out there to get, and it's just the beginning of it. So I'm ready to work.
No doubt, man, and I certainly understand that part of it. Nate, if we can go back for a little bit, and then I want to talk to you about now. Can you tell me when it was that you realized, like, it struck you in your life, I'm gonna be able to do this. Like, this is going to be my path. Is playing football. I'm going to be able to make a living doing this.
I can say probably like my sophomore year of college,
Yeah.
really hit me. It was like I was going to my junior season. I had my last game, my sophomore season, I had the big game, and it was just like my name was buzzing. It was like, yeah, I really got a chance to do it. That wouldn't really hit me.
And look at where we are now. You mentioned your sophomore year, right? I remember you openly you came out at the beginning of the sophomore year and you said, "Look, I think I was immature as a freshman and I didn't always show up on time for things." Can you walk me through like what clicked for you and was part of it like recognizing the opportunity that you had in front of you?
Oh yeah, it was just a big part, just a learning experience for real. Just come from high school, just come from high school and college, is just uh, different things you got to adjust to. So, I mean, my freshman year it was just adjusting. I feel like in my sophomore year it was just so more like uh, the biggest things in front of me, like football, like NFL. So it was just like I got to get more mature quicker
Hmm.
because things coming faster.
I feel like for a lot of guys, because I know Dabo called you out on it a little bit. I know for a lot of guys, they wouldn't respond well to that. But clearly, we see how close you've stayed with Dabo over the years, and we saw that on draft night. Was it important? Did you need to be kind of, kicked in the butt a little bit at that point in your life to get you going?
Oh yes, sir. I feel like that's been the best out of me for real. Just a coach to just be on me 24/7. So I feel like that bring the best out of me. So that's what I need.
It certainly worked out okay. It certainly worked out all right for you.
Yes, sir.
Nate Wiggins with us here on GCR. All right, Nate. So everybody, I'm sure you've talked about the play against North Carolina ad nauseum. I actually was talking to Mac Brown about it recently. Where does that come from for you? Because it's one thing to be able to physically be capable of making the play, and obviously with your speed, you were physically capable of making the play. But it's so much more than that, right? Like
Yes,
it's
sir.
it's the desire, it's the heart to not give up in a spot like that. Where did that come from? And did you know when you were you confident when you were getting after that you were going to be able to make the play?
Yeah, I was confident. I had another play like that in Miami, so it was just like I knew I was gonna get him. It was just a matter of fact, like where I gonna get the ball inside the pylon or outside the pylon. So that was all my worry for real. And I mean, the competitiveness come from like just being the youngest kid from a lot of siblings.
Hmm.
It just, I mean, you know how that go. Being the youngest kid, you always getting beat up. You always they toughen you up. So, I mean, that's where they come from.
You were always chasing after somebody growing up, right?
Yeah,
So chasing is probably part of your DNA,
yeah.
really.
Being the youngest growing up is crazy.
Man, it's wild to think about that, right? Did you end up like texting some of your siblings afterwards, like, "Hey, thanks, appreciate it."
Yeah, I always tell my oldest brothers. I always tell them like I appreciate them for what they did to me when I was a kid, because it made me the man I am now.
That's awesome, man. That's really really cool. Nate Wiggins with us here on GCR. Nate, why was it cornerback for you? Right, we know that you played on both sides of the ball when you were in high school. Was it such a natural thing for you to stay at corner and make that your focus moving forward?
Um, I really wanted to play receiver, but I mean, I had a lot of folks just telling me like it's a lot of 6'2", 6'1" cornerback. I mean receivers.
Hmm.
It's not a lot of 6 tall cornerback that can run like me. So I mean, I just had a better chance at cornerback. And
Did you
I,
have to like teach yourself to fall in love with it? Was it difficult for you at all? Like, was there part of you that was like, dude, I'd really like to be on the other side. I'd really like to have
yeah,
the ball in my hands.
yeah. I mean, when I first started training from it, I used to train at both receiver and DB, but I used to just I used to try to skip DB training and go to receiver training. It used to be hard, but I got used to it and it paid off.
Did you put in a word yet already? Like, hey man, I wouldn't mind if you guys wanted to run up a play for me at some point. Like, have you had that conversation?
Yeah, I put in the word. I put in the word, man. I just need one. That's it. Just one.
Just want to touch that ball. Just make something
Just
happen
one.
at some point. Hey, Nate, who are the guys? Who are the guys that you looked up to? Who were, as you made the transition to corner, did you start watching film of anybody or try to model what you were doing after anything that you were seeing in the NFL or guys even in college?
Yeah, I was close to AJ Terrell and
Sure.
Casey Haywood.
Yeah.
So both of them just like taught me the ways for real, and just taught me great technique for real. So I think that I can't thank them enough.
And you went to AJ's camp, right?
Yeah, and we went to the same high school.
That's right. Yeah. In Georgia, absolutely. So obviously that made a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
sense for that to be the type of guy that you'd model after.
Yes, sir.
As you made the transition, was there one game, one matchup, something like that that made you realize like, oh no, I'm good. Like this is I have proven to myself that like I can do this and I'll be able to handle this being a cornerback specifically.
Yeah, I'd probably say I'm proud of this year against Keon Coleman and Johnny Trav, and when I
Yeah.
was guarding both of
Yeah.
them. That game made me realize like I can guard big receivers, little receivers. It don't matter. Like I can guard whoever put in front of me. So
What's the competition like with Tez now, right? Because I know you guys were getting after it when you were going up
yes,
against
sir.
each other. What was the competition like moving forward?
Yeah, it's gonna be competitive. You know, we went against each other in college. It was
Yeah.
competitive. He's a good player. He's fast. So we both gonna get each other better. And I mean, the sky's the limit.
Does it bother you that you were the third corner in the draft, Nate? Like, does that you know? There's some guys that will like literally keep the names of the guys of their position that went before him, and will use that as like motivation and fuel moving forward. Does it bother you, and do you feel like you might be able to use that as motivation in the
Yes, sir. I mean, it bothers me that I went number 30. I feel like I was
NFL?
one of the best defensive players, not even cornerback defensive players in the draft. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna have that chip on my shoulder the rest of the whole year, so and the rest of my career. So yes, sir.
Yeah, we like the sounds of that, man. We like the sounds of that a lot. All right, I'm sure you get sick of it, but you know that like the knocks people have are well, you're not big enough, you don't weigh enough, right?
Yes, sir.
Like,
Yes, sir.
what should people know about how you play, whether it matters, what your goals might be for what your weight will be in the NFL? What's your response when people bring that up?
Oh yeah, when people bring my weight, I just feel like I just say like at the film, you don't really see folks pushing me around.
Yeah.
Like I don't get pushed around. I mean, you probably could say I miss tackles, but I mean that's human. So I mean, yeah, I'm only 20 years old. I ain't even like build. I ain't even like got my fully self yet. So I just feel like what I do now, and if I gain like when I gain 10, 15 pounds, it's just gonna be scary. So that's all I look at it as.
Is that something that's a priority for you, like in the off season and going into the season?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Gaining 10, 15 pounds. That's like my number one goal. Like that's my number one goal. So
That makes sense, man. And then what about, like, it's always hilarious to me when somebody says, hey, I don't know about this cornerback as a tackler, because I'll say something like, well, I would prefer they not have to be doing a ton of tackling myself. Like, that's sort of what I look for in a corner. But, that
yeah,
one's the other one that's out there. What do you say to somebody who says, I'm not sure what I think about Nate as a tackler?
yeah. I mean, I was top 5 tacklers on my team,
There you
so
go.
I don't really know. Like, I mean, a lot of folks miss tackles. I mean, we ain't perfect, so but I was top 5 tacklers on my team, so I mean, I don't know how folks say I can't tackle.
You're saying, bro, not a problem. Like you're good. You find something else to worry about because it ain't that.
Yeah,
I
it ain't that.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, and just a couple minutes here with Nate Wiggins, Ravens first round pick, with us on GCR. Nate, Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, and I've seen a lot of your. I saw the video of what you did going out and getting some jewelry for your mom before the draft. I've heard you call
Yes,
her
sir.
your hero. With Mother's Day coming up, could you walk me through that relationship between you and your mom and why she has been so important to you in getting to this point?
Yeah, she's just been like, I mean, just where we come from for real. I mean, I come from a hard place. I mean, she raised me and my sister by herself, single parent. I mean, she came to all. She had missed one game, so I mean, she my world, man. She been in life. She been there ever since day one. So that's what I do it for.
The way that she speaks about you, right? Like the confidence in her voice when she talks about you. I saw that video of your draft party and her telling you, "Now go out and be the greatest," right? Like how much has that done for you? The confidence she has in you and the way she speaks to you about what you're capable of.
Yeah, my mama. Me and my mom are the only folks in my family that play sport. So like she got a competitive drive just like me. Like she just like me. She got a competitive drive. Like she ain't going like she want me to be the best. She don't want to never see me lose. She want me to go out there and compete. So I feel like she drawn that to me. This just make me a better player, and just hand that from her just give me more drive to even go do it.
What did she play, Nate?
She played basketball.
Did you see do you notice in yourself like some of those traits that she had as an athlete?
Yes, sir. Like all this, there's like a competitiveness. She don't never want to lose. Like even right now, like she doing something, she don't want to lose. So that's how I am. I don't never want to lose no reps.
And
I don't never want to get the ball caught on me. So
I think I remember saying like you just never really took to basketball. Do you ever like still like battle against her? Do you ever play like 1-on-1, or do you just know better? Like she could still whoop your butt.
no, she knows she can't see me on the court.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome, Nate. Just to wrap here. Now moving forward, right? What do you want the people of Baltimore to know about you, and what this opportunity means to you to be a Baltimore Raven?
It means a lot just to be a part of the legacy of the Ravens. The Ray Lewis, the Ed Reed. Just the legacy of the Baltimore Ravens. There. I just want to let the fans know like they getting a ball player. Like, I'm coming here to work. Like I mean, I failed at 30, so all the 30, 31 teams, all the 30 other one teams that didn't pick me, they gonna feel it. So
I love it.
we here.
I love it, man. And who buys the first dinner when I don't know if it's already happened yet for you in Trenton? Like who has to pay for the first dinner?
Oh, Trim Pan.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trim Pan for the first dinner.
he's been in longer, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I got it next year.
All right.
I got it next year.
I love that, man. Nate Wiggins, it's so much fun getting to know you and what you're all about, man. And we can't wait to see what this is going to look like in the years to come here in Baltimore. I know it's at one of one Wigs on Instagram, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then I give Nate a follow. Nate, we're going to be in touch, and we can't wait to see you out there more as we get closer to the season. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning, man. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for having me.